Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to record a special video for you guys today. On June 6th, I had set it in my Google Calendar about 3 to 4 weeks ago when I noticed that it was, I guess, a special day for the channel. Why is it a special day? Let me show you why. I think it's special, and I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So this was, let me disappear for a second. So on June 6th, 2013, was the first time I ever posted a strictly only YouTube Let's Play, and that's 2 years ago. And that's really hard for me to fathom that, number one, it was that long ago, and number two, that we're still doing it, because there was a point in time when I was like on the fence. I'm not gonna lie, when I started doing this, I'm like, man, you know, what are people gonna think? And not like, it was just a weird time. Like, you know, I was worried like what my friends would think, what my family would think, but I just knew I would have fun doing it. And as, you know, we went forward and started doing more episodes, I started having more and more fun with you guys and playing the games and interacting with the community, and just, it became a lot of fun, and it still is. And eventually, you know, and it's weird to think back then when I was like hesitant. I'm like, should I tweet these out? Should I not? And over time, you know, and it's taken a while. It's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care like what anyone thinks when I post these things, because it's just my thing. You know, everyone has their own thing. Some people like to do different things, and yeah. So it's been it just was baffling me that it's been 2 years. So as a result, I want to do two things. That you guys know, every Monday I share stats with you guys, but I pulled, and this is pretty incredible, that within like 10 seconds in the YouTube analytics, you can pull up any window you want of time. So I pulled from June 6, 2013 to now, just to see what kind of progress to make. 'Cause I'm very aggressive. You know, when I set goals and I've like my mindset is something, I get really aggressive, and it's kind of like, I guess, a blessing and a curse, where it's like I get so focused on one thing, or, you know, in my case, a few things, and nothing else really matters. And so sometimes you hit your goals, sometimes you don't, but it's just, you know, it's just crazy to look back at some of these numbers. So, you know, over the past 2 years, and for some people, these numbers be like, Dan, hey, it's not that big of a deal, and for some people like, wow, that's a lot of numbers. The point is, I guess it doesn't matter in comparison. It just matters for the channel that in our community here. You know, you can't compare it to anyone else because it's completely different. But it was crazy when I looked at these. So in 2 years, there's been over 1.2 million views, and that's just crazy to think, you know, that. And I know there's some other stuff in here, like, 'cause I did like 100 days of vlogging, and there's some other random non-gaming stuff on that channel, but still, but this is really what was, I actually did some math on this, but so it shows you views and estimated minutes watched, and there's over 9.2 million minutes watched, and I'm like, that's kind of cool, you know. Even though from a satisfactory standpoint where I'm at, I'm never going to be satisfied where, you know, where things are at in terms of growth of the channel and stuff like that. But that's just, it was cool, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And also, over the past few years, there's been 10,304 subscribers since the start of the channel, and I think, you know, we started with a few thousand because of, you know, Big Brother and all that stuff. So that's cool. You know, it's just, it kind of like, I rarely look back and be like, okay, you know, let's see how far we've come. But I think this was an opportune time. And the other thing I wanted to do was to go back and watch part of and commentate over the first episode. These guys were just playing Splatoon or something. I don't know what's going on with this ad, but I'm gonna try and stomach as much of this as we can. I haven't watched it. I just got it up to this point and tested the audio to see what this, you know, make sure everything was set. But I haven't watched this. We're definitely not going to go through the whole video, but let's just see and make fun of how far we've come at this point.
Every day.
Okay, sorry, Walmart. Okay, this picture's like 1,000. All right, welcome. Okay, before we look at this, hold on. Look at the first stuff. What is this? What is that? What is that? That's like a black Q-tip. I will say, before we watch anymore, I used to record these videos in the second bedroom in my house. And in my house, it's not that, I don't want to say well insulated, but this was June, so this was I remember this. This was in the dead heat of summer, and I think our air conditioning, like we just moved in a couple years, and the air conditioning was like from the 80s. So on the second floor, you can imagine, in a room with a skylight. Oh man, that's crazy. There was like this bunk like setting behind me, but it was like it would get like, I don't know. I don't want to be exaggerating. It was probably like 1,000 degrees, no, like 95 degrees with the 200% humidity in there. So I think like as these BioShock episodes goes on, you can see like I'm sweating, and it's crazy.
The first episode of Dan Gheesling.
Man, I was young back then.
BioShock Infinite. I've heard a lot about this game.
I just can't get over that mic. Hold on, I gotta turn this down.
I've managed to avoid all spoilers because I heard the story in this game is incredible, and I'm really excited to play it today. Finally.
Were you excited to play it?
I wasn't that fired up about it, but I think I had a little.
Have I really not changed that much?
The first time I played it, but without any further delay, let's get into this game and see what it's all about.
How do you like eating microphones? All right, let's go ahead and jump ahead here. I'm that Smurf face. Well, I'm gonna check the comments too on this. Okay, so let's jump around here. Man, that's crazy. Like, I guess you don't think of all those things. At least we've got some some action going on here too. This is pretty meta right now. Yeah, it is. All right, so I think this is about as much as I can take of watching myself and commentating myself. Let's see how we end this episode. I think that's what's most important. So let's jump here.
This is going to be the end of episode 1 of Dan Gheesling. Beats/plays BioShock Infinite.
The slash, beats slash. There's no slash here.
Soon, so we can actually explore this city in the sky. See you guys.
Oh, that's it. No bumper. We used to, back in the day, we used to use bumper. All right, so let's pause this, and let's take a look at some of the comments. Let's see if we can look at one of the original top comments. Hey, you're the best Big Brother player. Also, your video is great. Hey, thanks for Mr. Flores. Let's go back. That's only a year ago. Where's all comments? Newest first. So 39 comments on here. I want to see the oldest comment. I guess that's the oldest one. LOL, Dan, I love you. I want to see someone making fun of us. So back when you commented back then, I guess you couldn't tag people. Itachi, that person went away. Oh my god, you played Fallout? I'm dead, Dan. I must have talked about that. 10 to 15 minutes per episode. Wait. I don't even know what this is. Alright, so that was interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect with that. I guess, I don't know. I guess we got older. You know, this was a while ago, but anyways, I do want to thank you guys for coming along this 2-year journey. I think probably a lot of you guys that were here from the beginning are now scared off, and we got some new people to scare off. But thank you for being a part of this fun hobby of mine, and being a part of the community. I'm gonna continue to do this, and you know, I don't know that I'll ever go back and add commentary to a commentary before, but it was worth a shot. So thank you guys for 2 years, and hopefully here's to another fun 2 more. But yeah, I got nothing else for you. I really do. But thank you guys. No, seriously, thank you guys, and I appreciate all the support. And thanks for being part of the community. I will see you guys in another 2 years, I guess. I don't know, later.